the plenary session, a full session of the Parliament to start in the next few minutes. Like so many things in this region, it has been delayed by half an hour. It follows a dramatic day yesterday when eventually the Catalan president, Carles Puigdemont, made a statement at the Generalitat, effectively the president's official residence here, where he stepped back from either calling snap elections or declaring independence. It led to a lot of anger on the streets here from his hardline supporters and also from Madrid, the comments of the Deputy Prime Minister saying that they had broken the Constitution and effectively Article 155, Home Rule for Madrid, would be imposed. The meeting of the Senate, though, in Madrid is taking place now. Mariano Rajoy, the Prime Minister, walked in to applause from the senators, where he holds a majority, and we're expecting a vote there in the next few minutes. Let's just listen to some of the words that Mariano Rajoy had to say to the senators a few moments ago.
What
would have been the answer in any country around us in a similar situation? What would any of the most important European countries do? What would, for example, France or Germany do if one of their regions called an illegal referendum of independence, or suspended its constitution, or disobeyed the court's rules, or didn't allow opposition as such? In my opinion, we have no other alternative. The only thing we can and should do is to resort to the law in order to keep the law.
So Article 155 had been threatened ever since this referendum on October the 1st, deemed illegal by Madrid. Let's go to our correspondent Sarah Rainsford, who joins us from the Spanish capital now. Sarah, what happens next? There's a vote in the Senate, but then what?
Well, the vote in the Senate is expected this afternoon. At the moment, it's scheduled for 3 o'clock. It could be later. But certainly what we've heard so far, as you just heard a little bit from Mariano Rajoy, the Prime Minister, a very strong statement from the Spanish government of its intentions and also of its assessment of the situation so far. He was explicit. Mr. Rajoy said that the referendum in Catalonia was illegal and that therefore Madrid was forced to act. He very much placed the blame at Carles Puigdemont's feet. He said this was a man who talked about dialogue but didn't actually want to have a dialogue. He said this was about imposing the law. And he was saying, making the argument too, that this was to the benefit of the Catalan people, that the law was above everything and that needed to be a situation that was returned to, the rule of law. So that was the fundamental point. As to what happens next, well, of course, the details of exactly how Article 155 will be implemented are being discussed right now in the Senate. That's what this vote is all about. But the first measure that the Prime Minister has said would be taken is for the government and the leading ministers leading officials in Catalonia to be removed from their post and for direct rule over those government positions to be imposed from here in Madrid. So the first step, the most important one. From there, then the details are still up for discussion here in the Senate.